What's up, gang? Welcome back to episode number 10, man.
What's going on, man?
Not much. First things first, let's do this.
Let's do this.
Cheers.
Good stuff.
So, ladies and gentlemen, before we start this episode, I'd like to apologize for, a family emergency last week, and we were literally setting up.
Yeah, you came over. We set the lights, set the cameras up. We're ready to record, and then you got a
phone call, freaking phone call, and you had to get out of here.
Yeah, you had to leave. Things happen, man.
Things happen, and
we want to apologize though. We try not to let that happen again. We could have prevented that. Honestly, in my opinion, I thought we could have prevented that from missing a week, but we learned our lesson.
Yeah, definitely.
So we won't let that happen again.
But we are here. We're episode 10, man.
Yeah, you can stop saying episode X, man. It sounds weird.
It's 10, dude. It's dope.
I feel like you're saying something kind of porno or something like that.
Anyways, how's your week been, dude?
Good, man. Pretty busy. Since we last spoke, we last hung out. I've done 2 music videos. This is my first time working with like a larger production crew. With like a gaffer, a DP, first AC. I was a first AC. For those who don't know, first AC.
What is that?
I'm pretty much in charge of building up the camera, making sure the batteries are good. The SD cards, which is in the red field, they call them magazines, I guess. Mm-hmm. And I am I pull focus. So there's no autofocus like these running gun kind of cameras. So over there, you have to like use a follow focus. I'm watching the monitor, make sure everything's on focus. So when the DP, the director of photography, is moving in and out, I got to make sure I'm focusing. So it was a good experience. My first time, I killed it on the first time, and they called me back for the second time, and we shot like a larger. It was insane, dude. We went to LA. Had a hotel, the artist paid for it and everything. It's just different, man, from what I'm used to doing.
What do you guys use for like to maintain or to see that you guys have focus, like zebras?
Focus peaking.
Oh, okay.
So I have it dialed at red because I'm using my Sony for focus. I have it in red as well. And so we have a giant monitor. It's like wireless. It's weird. Like they have a transmitter in the camera, so I'm like looking at the monitor and just focusing, dude. Or I'll be behind the DP and watching his little monitor from the red and just focusing. Like if he feels like the subject is a little soft looking, who's like focus. And so I just gotta like, it's interesting, man. It's really weird. No, so imagine like using your manual focus ring and just going like this, but with the knob. It's weird. It's weird to explain. It's just cool though, man. Like working with such a large crew. And you just worried about that instead of everything else like we're used to. Like, you know how like we do our own things. We have to literally worry about every single thing. You're a one-man band. Yeah. And right here, like you have teammates and
you got to communicate.
Yeah.
That's constant.
Yeah. So it's really cool. It was a really great experience. I was working with an artist who I've worked with in the past. And now she's like working with the Kanye West Sunday service crew and all that. So that's pretty dope. So yeah, man, it's been good, man. Pretty busy shooting a lot.
And did you guys have like multiple, it was because I saw your thing. Was it multiple days with the same artist, or was it different artists?
So the first shoot that I did, it was a 2-day production in San Diego. We knocked it out, and then the second day, the other one that I just did in LA, that was a one day shoot, so 12 hours straight. Like call time was at 6 a.m.
Damn.
And we got done at 8 at night. Yeah.
Damn.
And dude, time flies. Like you feel like 12 hours is a long day. No, time flies, man, because you have to set up. We're working with big Steadicam gear and a lot of lighting production, and everything's just upscale, man. It's huge.
That's up though.
Yeah, it's super cool, man. Very cool. I was just shocked how cheap the studios are in LA compared to San Diego.
Really?
So like the San Diego studio is like a decent one. You're gonna pay like at least $80 an hour, minimum of 2 to 3 hours. To book that place. And in LA, they're like around $50 to like $60, and they provide way more than here.
Really? Damn.
And I was just so amazed, man. So when I was there, these studios are like, it's literally like you can't even tell it's a studio because it looks like a freaking warehouse.
So how did you guys do? I don't know if you can give any insight. How did you guys do that the water shower thing? Did they provide the hose or
no? That studio is meant for that place for the rain room. That's what they call it. So a lot of like Travis Scott's been there. Like all these crazy artists have been there before. When I was there, I saw I guess you want to call him a celebrity, Fat Boy. on Instagram. I don't know if you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah, the
his name is
viral guy.
Yeah. I saw him there. He was next door, and I checked his story. I'm like, dude, I know this guy. And I checked his story, and he was literally next door, and he had a Ferrari, and he had like one of those spinning rims.
Oh,
dude, it was sick, man.
And this artist, I don't know if you feel comfortable in saying their name, but you said they're affiliated with Kanye West. Because I was asking you before the podcast, I'm like, who can afford all of this production? Because it looked like a big production.
It was. So, I mean, I don't know how much. I mean, like I said, the studios weren't that expensive. Believe it or not, that rain room cost like $50 an hour. Because I was talking to the guy who runs it, and he was telling me about it. I'm like, dude, that's super cheap compared to here in San Diego. They wouldn't provide that for you, and if they did, it's gonna cost you an arm and a leg. Because over there's so many studios, so they have to like be competitive. There's just so much competition there, so you gotta like it lowers down the value, which is great for artists like you and I or music artists. And here in San Diego, there's not that many studios out there, and so they have the right to charge a little higher than normal. Yeah. So it was a dope experience, man, for sure.
That's good though, man.
Yeah. How about you, man? How you been?
I've been good,
man. Your birthday was yesterday, dude.
Oh yeah, it was yesterday. We were supposed to record yesterday, or no, 2 days ago. But yeah, my birthday was cool.
The big 3-0. How's it feel?
It feels nice, man. I feel healthy. I feel strong. I feel more motivated, man. Like waking up, like podcasting. I just want to get my shit out. You said, but I've been like helping my dad a lot at the farm. So I've been going every Sunday morning.
For those of you listening or new listeners, what kind of farm does your dad?
Oh yeah, so I don't even know if I've even said it here.
You just said it briefly, but you never explained.
My dad has like a farm here in California, Southern California.
And what kind of flowers or what kind of
farm? It's a Protea farm. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I have a tattoo of it on my arm. It's a South African flower, and right now
I didn't know that.
Right now is the season starting.
Okay.
So like I help them pick, like I'm out in the field, dude, picking flowers, and we're just putting them in buckets to sell. And right now we're like one of the few farms who have them like available.
Are those rare? Because I remember before you guys got that farm, I've never even seen that flower in my life.
Yeah, no, it
looks strange, but now I'm used to it because I see it all the time.
Yeah, now it's getting really popular.
Is it like a trendy flower?
Yeah, it's getting more popular and popular. Within the year, maybe we had the farm. Or my dad purchased the farm like 6 years ago, and he started doing that. But within the years, it's become more popular. Okay, so it's become a little more saturated, but it's still a little rare. So right now is like the peaking point where like there's the people know they're out there, but they're selling for a higher value than they would in the demand. So I'm out there every Sunday morning.
That's dope.
Like at 5 or 6 in the morning.
But you're out there also creating content for the you manage their account, right?
Yeah. So I was gonna bring that up, but. So what I would do, or what I do, is like take my camera, right, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna help my dad pick. So we'd pick like 400 to 500 flowers for like 2 hours.
Damn.
And then that's typically what you pick we do that 2 times a week.
Okay.
Well, I'm only doing once a week on Sundays. And after that, dude, I'm just so tired. Like I'm like, dude, should I shoot? I just want to go home. And it's like a 20-minute drive from where I live.
Right.
So I'm like,
wait, the flower field to your home is not 20 minutes.
Or like 35, 40 minutes.
Oh, I was going to say.
Yeah, no, it's 20 minutes. It could take me 25.
Don't you want to plug them? Is there a company name?
Yeah, it's at Soaring Protea Farm. If you guys go under my followers or following, it's Soaring Protea Farm. And yeah, you got to check them out, guys. But
any couples out there looking for some unique flowers, I recommend it.
You guys can look at the Instagram and see what we got. But right now it's Pink Ice Proteas. And it's like a 25-minute with no traffic, dude. Like in the morning, boom, straight away.
Nice.
And I get there and I'm like, I gotta shoot some content for them. And I'm like, I'm just tired. I'll do it next week. So I mean, this season,
don't be lazy. I'm not being lazy, dude. If you're there, like, come on, dude.
Lately I've had a lot of things after that I have to like come back into town. Right. I don't have much spare time, but I'm sure this season will last about 2 months. So I got 2 months to
you got a bulk shoot.
Yeah, I got a bulk shoot. I've done that before. I'll shoot for like an hour and then I'll have content for like 2 weeks.
Okay.
I've been doing that.
What a transition, man. Speaking of cameras.
Oh, speaking of cameras, so I just bought my A7 III, which is filming right now. Damn, how do I look, fam?
Shit. Damn, got the new 85 as well.
85 1.8. I got
what is which is the Sony 85?
No, it's the Viltrox. So for any of you guys,
so why the Viltrox over the Sony?
So why the Viltrox over the Sony?
Because they're both 1.8.
Yeah. So basically, the bokeh on this is better than the Sony, the $600 Sony, which is like the basic one, right?
Shit, $600, I guess.
Yeah, and this one's only $400.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so like $399. And I just like the aesthetics of this lens. It looks like it has like a little red rectangle on the side, so it looks like a G Master.
Yeah.
So if you're just shooting around, like, oh shit, what the fuck is she shooting with? And it's super underrated. I did my research a lot. Like I looked up many videos, and then this lens you can update because it has a USB drive.
So like any firmware updates?
Yeah, any firmware updates. And then overall, man, this one I just ran on this video, and then some guy posted a picture on his Instagram, and then I looked at his Instagram, and then I looked at the picture and I was like, holy shit, like this looks fucking butter. Like the bokeh was there, the subject was super sharp, and then that's when I was like, boom, I gotta get this right now.
Right.
And the only reason that I didn't go with the 24, like I was saying, was because I already have a 24. So and
technically you do,
yeah. So if I can use that 20, it's a 16 mil, but a 24 in my crop. So I'm like, if I just put that in my AS3, then that's a 24.
Right.
And then
or even if you shoot it with your freaking 16 or your 6000.
Yeah. So I'm like, dude, like I'm like, what am I thinking? Like I'm trying to, my niche right now is people. I'm gonna get a nice portrait lens, I've been
saying that.
Which I heard that the 85, and another reason because I looked at this video where like the guy was like, oh, like 85s have been narrowed down to just a portrait lens when it's actually it's a good landscape lens too.
Okay.
You can make it work for everything.
Okay.
Like people have just put these notions on these specific millimeters. So
when I think of 85, I think of portraits.
Yeah, me too. So I was like, and then I saw this guy's profile or Instagram feed and website of his 85. He only shoots with 85. And then I was like, what the fuck? Like,
and what is he? What kind of photography is it?
He's like a street photographer, and he does street photography with 85. He's an ambassador for, I want to say Zeiss or Zeiss Batis.
Yikes.
The Zeiss Batis is his go-to, the 85 1.8, which is like $1,200.
Yeah, it's like a 1.4, I believe, or something like 1.2.
He was like, I was like looking at you, I was like, what the fuck? Like, dude, you could do so much with the 85. So
I need to check his Instagram because when I think of 85 compressions, portraits, creamy bokeh, the subject is in beautiful focus.
Yeah, and that's what
I'm curious to edit this video when I see your end of like, man, this is gonna be really sharp because now we're shooting. I mean, we've always shot with 3 primes, but now we're shooting with 2 full frame primes and my 6300 as the wide.
Yeah, I finally got a good camera looking at me. Shit.
You should have seen this guy when he came in with this. He was holding this camera like a baby. I'm like, dude,
paranoid, bro. I'm just paranoid. It's like with a new thing. I'm sure.
Every time you get new gear, of course, you're gonna be extra careful. But 1 month from now, you're gonna be throwing it like nothing, like always.
I'm not giving a fuck.
I've seen this guy toss his A6000 like a year into his car like nothing. I just like cry inside.
When I took it hiking and I was scratching the shit out of it, I was like,
yeah, you were trying to scratch it on purpose, you weirdo.
But now like,
well, I mean, if we want to talk about numbers, you dropped, let's say, what, 3,000.
Yeah, like $3,000.
It's an expensive investment, so you can't just mistreat it like nothing.
And it's heavy, dude. Like this lens is heavy, but it's like, and I bought a extension grip from Mikey. It's like $40. Dude, the Sony version is like $150, $149 for the same damn grip, and you can't put it on a tripod or anything extra, which is crazy. But I'm happy with that. I got my camera. I'm eager to like.
Go to the field and shoot.
I actually got it, and then the next day, I actually got a shoot at over here by the beach.
Okay.
Top of some buildings.
How was that?
It was cool. But the only thing I was mad was that I was shooting raw but compressed because I didn't know what the fuck I knew what
compressed is good enough, dude.
Yeah, but I wanted you know me. I want the full thing. And I was shooting with fucking HDR on.
Pause, by the way. That was crazy.
What?
I want the full thing.
Yo, I was coming with these weird jokes, bro.
Okay, go ahead.
So I had HDR on, and I was like editing. I was like, man, why the fuck is this more brighter than I took it? And HDR was on. And I was like, fuck. So I had to take it off.
Were you shooting raw?
Yeah, I was shooting raw.
Okay.
I was shooting raw, compressed, and HDR. And not usually.
Just know it's gonna be a beefier file.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
I hope your computer could take it.
I delete and put it in my external drive when it gets full. But I was mad because I was like, damn, this could have came out more cleaner than I thought because it was a low light.
It's like by a small margin. Relax.
Yeah, but I'm just like that. And anyways, so like I'm happy with that. I'm happy to like try it out even more.
That's dope. Like you had a client to shoot like immediately.
Yeah, he's like, yo, you want
perfect timing.
I'm like, perfect, dude. Let me try it out.
Like, I just got this new lens and new camera. Let's get her.
Yeah. And my mom was.
Have you dropped those pictures on your gram? I haven't seen them.
No, I give them to the client or to my friend, and he posted them.
Okay.
But it's one of those things where like you give them to them and they edit them for themselves.
Oh no, it's all right, man. He probably doesn't know.
Like, I know it's like
whatever.
It's like I give you these photos because I edit them, and then like you put a filter on them. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like, what are you doing?
That's what you gotta like find out. Like, hey, like what kind of style do you like? Like,
yeah. No, I was just eager. Like I was like, dude, let's do this, and we were kind of close.
Okay.
With them, so I was like, let's do this, bro. And I was just eager to use it, and that's what happened. But
well, I mean, as long as you get paid, does it really matter?
Yeah, no, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just eager to do this, and then I obviously fuck with the settings, and I have it perfect dialed into what I want now. But
tight.
Other than that, photography, I'm almost losing 30 pounds. I'm like 30 pounds away.
That was a flex.
I know, 3 pounds away. And the cage, I want to get a cage. The one
you need a cage though.
I just want a cage just so I can be more rough with it,
Okay.
Like toss it in my camera bag.
It is, yeah.
It's like a safety net.
Sure.
And I want to get the newer version of the small rig, but they're back ordered. So I already put my order in.
Yeah, that one just came out.
Yeah, I'll put my order in, but if it doesn't come within 2 weeks, I'll probably cancel it. I'll cancel the order, and I'll stick with this grip. I like the grip.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it looks clean.
But that's pretty much it, man.
That's dope, man. That's dope, dude. I'm good to hear.
Yeah.
Speaking of, man, dude, it's like camera wars right now. I predicted this, man. Well, so Canon dropped the R5 and R6, right? And we're like, all right, let's see how long until Sony responds. I give it a month. You gave it till like November or something crazy.
Yeah, I
said
said till Black Friday.
Yeah. Dude, they literally announced it 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
And it's officially dropped, and they're going to come out officially for the public September.
Yeah.
So the legendary A7S3 just came out.
Yep.
What do you feel about that?
I mean, I think what Sony did was pretty good. Like, I'm not a Sony fanboy, but I will say
you are, dude.
I will say that
Rona.
They shot for what was realistic.
Yeah, so, they gave what the people wanted.
Yeah, so that's good on their part, and
they answered to what the people wanted.
The only I'm on this from the get go. The only negative is the 12 fucking megapixels.
All right, so let me teach you, young.
I know. I already did my research, bro. I know why they do it, because all these fucking features.
The S is for video priority. It's not for photographers.
I know. I'm just saying. If you're selling a $3,500 camera, it's going to be a video camera, but
it's meant for video, not for photography.
I get the science of separating the A7S, A7R, and A7 III. I get that.
The 3 is the hybrid.
Yeah, and that's like, I get that, but it's just like the 12 megapixels bugs me. But other than that,
you're a photographer.
Yeah. So other than that,
I don't care.
I even told you, I'm like, dude, if it doesn't say 12 megapixels, I might get it, but it doesn't. So because they want to keep their business straight,
right? They
want to have 3 sectors, and good for them.
3 different lines. It makes sense because like 12 megapixels. Yeah, it sounds like your phone could shoot 12 megapixels,
but they do it because
technically to shoot 4K, true 4K, all you need is an 8 megapixel sensor. Mm-hmm. They have 12 megapixels. So therefore, there's more light that's coming into the sensor because there's less megapixels compared to like a 24 megapixels. They're smaller, right? And it's like less light into it. So therefore, the 12 megapixels, more light goes into the sensor. Therefore, it's better for low light, which is why the 7S series is known for low light king. Because, dude, you can literally shoot at pitch black, and it's pretty much like freaking night vision mode.
Dude, literally,
like low key.
I've seen it. I've seen that shit be pushed to like 50,000 ISO. I'm like, god damn.
And it looks clean with no noise.
No noise.
And you can shoot 120 frames at night, which is dude, absurd.
And another reason it's 12 megapixels when I was doing my research was that it's because it's less pixels and less like shit that the camera has to process. So
right.
Like that's why you get that super clean 4K 120.
And one of the reasons why the Canon keeps overheating because they're shooting at what 36 megapixels or something like that.
24.
No, it was more than 24. It was like 30 something.
Oh, 42
or something 60. Crazy.
I don't know, but
therefore it's a lot more processing, which it then overheats.
And from what I heard, the heating...
It does not overheat.
It heats up. It didn't even overheat for an hour when they were
testing. And who shoots for over an hour straight?
Yeah.
I don't.
But yeah, it's crazy. Like the freaking... the in-body stabilization is pretty good. They were saying it was good.
Better than the 7 III.
They're using their color profile from their Cinemax.
Their Cine camera.
FX or whatever the fuck it's called.
F9, FX9 or something like that. So it's their Cine camera.
So that green tint supposedly quote-unquote gone.
The infamous green tint from the Sony.
Yeah, but I mean, overall, I think it's a good camera for like video.
Solid, dude. 4K, 120, 4K 60.
At 1.1 crop, which is not noticeable.
It's nothing. 1.1 is nothing. You could shoot up to 16-bit RAW through an HDMI. 600
megabits or whatever.
Yeah.
6 times more than ours cameras.
Yeah, so it could shoot both SD cards, which we all use, and then there's also called the SD Express A, which do not exist yet. Sony's the only one that has them on
UHS
deck right now.
2 SDX memory cards.
Yeah.
Which they're pretty fucking expensive.
Oh my god. Yeah, but I mean they're not as expensive as a regular the Express cards.
Yeah, the Express cards.
Yeah.
They're expensive, man. They're like
oh yeah, they are very expensive.
So that's what
I'm gonna get it.
So here, let me tell you this. So like when I was looking at like, okay, how are these people gonna edit this fucking files? They were like saying how they were gonna have to like create like a
proxy.
Proxy. And then from that proxy, you're gonna go do this, and then you're gonna do that, and then that's how you download.
That's what you gotta do with like red cameras and stuff like that. So all the reviews that I said, they do say is very, very taxing on the computer.
Yeah, and now I'm seeing a shit ton of videos on my YouTube clubs, like, or from Matt Johnson.
Who is Matt?
It's like cheap or top 5 laptops to buy under $1,000 that can handle 4K or edit.
Yeah,
and I was like, wow, like how many more YouTube videos am I gonna see? Which is good, but
it's good to be informed.
It's good to be informed, and it's good to like that people are noticing that, because it's really taxing, like you said, on your machine.
Yeah.
And why would you want to edit? Why would you want to capture all this sweet footage
personally,
when you can't fucking edit it?
Personally, I don't see myself shooting RAW. I don't see myself using. Yeah, I don't see myself using the CF Express cards. I'm just gonna stick to SD cards. They have like different kind of recording file settings. Like we have like HXVS, or there's like VS, and then there's VI, and that's the VI is like takes like so much megabits, like 600 up to 600 megabits per second, which is it's crazy insane. But I want the 4K 120. Like,
yeah, I'm sure.
It's a great. I would be my perfect A camera, and I could use my A7Siii as a B camera, and if I want to do photography gigs, I'll use my 7 III for the 24 megapixels.
So that's a perfect segue. Like we were talking about, like, so are you gonna get it or not? And you're like, let's say it for the Potter. And I'm like,
I think I'm gonna get it, man.
Yeah.
I do want to see a little bit more real world testing. I've seen a lot of them already. It's very great, very impressive. The 1080 240 frames per second looks so good. It doesn't look nasty at all.
Oh, the 1080 240?
Yeah. It looks really creamy.
I saw that.
It doesn't look on the Sarah Dici page.
The fucking the wakeboarding.
Oh yeah. The Maddie page. Yeah. It looks really good, really impressive. I'm hyped, man. I want to get it. I'm not gonna get it when it comes out in September. I haven't pre-ordered it, but eventually I do plan on getting it for sure. I'll probably like wait for it, like maybe because I know like when they drop cameras, they always fall like, I know it's like $200-300 is nothing maybe, but I'll take the $200-300 off discount all day.
Shit, when I bought mine, I was telling Shelby, I was like, man, I'm gonna get it like on my birthday, just as a gift. And then I go to B&H. We talked about this. I think it's interesting. So these freaking prices of these cameras fluctuate like up and down, up and down.
Yeah.
So when you got yours, you told me you got yours at a discount,
like,
and then
like $200 off.
Yeah. So like I was like, what the fuck? It's $200 off. Like perfect timing. And then I read in B&H's thing, and I was like, oh, $200 off ends tonight. And I was like, fuck, I gotta get it right now. So then I ordered it, and for some reason B&H was they weren't delivering to California that day.
Is it like a COVID related thing?
It was the battery thing, cancers or something.
What?
Yeah, it was something dumb.
I've never heard of that, but all right.
And then so I'm like, fuck, I don't want to order from Amazon because I don't know, Amazon like has too many sellers. And it's always sketchy.
That's what you have to buy from when it comes. You have to like
shipped and sold from Amazon.
Yeah,
and dude, I did that.
It's the same thing.
I did that, but I'm just like, I want to get from B&H, and B&H gave me an extra battery and a little bag and a charger.
Oh, okay.
So I was like,
you got to get that bundle.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I could
free bundle.
Money. But I was like in a crunch, and I was like, fuck, I gotta make a decision right now. So I ordered it. Then the next fucking day, I go to B&H, and it says, oh, now delivering Expedient to Oceanside. And I was like, wow, dude, really? So like they might have worked a deal with another shipper. And but yeah. All in all, man, I got it, and I'm happy with it.
Did you get the bundle?
No, I didn't get the bundle. I just got the stupid camera and the freaking single camera that I got to plug in, and
you need to get a charger and an extra battery. I mean, these batteries are beautiful. Like they last forever.
I was just telling you right now when I was getting through. Normally I pack like 3 batteries, and Shelby's like, "Did you get all your batteries?" I was like, "I don't need no batteries."
You'll be fine with 1 battery, dude. Trust me. But like, it's good to have an extra one because you never know what happens. Like, and you want to charge because you don't want to. Those HDMI ports are not the most reliable. Yeah, I've heard a lot of horror stories. It hasn't happened to me yet, but yeah, you definitely want to get a charger.
Wait, have you shot a wedding with your A7 III?
Not yet, but I do plan on it. I haven't shot a wedding since, literally since right before the pandemic. Yeah, that was the last time I shot it, and I didn't have my A7 III at the time, so I shot my last wedding in February, I believe.
Damn. Yeah. But going back to the A7S III, the fucking flip screen, dude, they did that shit. The screen is like
it's a swivel screen.
It's a swivel screen. What we thought everybody would take.
Yeah, and the thing that you hate for some weird reason.
I don't hate it. I just think it was like a dumb thing. But now that I
you sat and thought about it.
I sat and thought about it. It's like when you're doing like the top strings, you can like flip it and see.
Yeah, it's so clutch. You could do so much with like a swivel screen. I'm excited, man. I'm gonna get it for sure. For sure. And they changed the menu system too, because Sony is also infamous for a very, very dense and complex menu system. Yeah. We both started learning with the Sony camera, so to us it's like nothing. Yeah. Because we learned with the hardest menu system. But I hear like Canons, for example,
they copied Panasonic's.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, that's what they said.
I'm not mad at it, and it's touchscreen too. Yeah, like full on touchscreen. It's kind of like your cell phone. So I'm excited, dude. Like a new menu system. It's not as complex compared to what we're used to. Touch mode as well. You do have touch mode on the 7 III, but it's only for like focusing when you're recording your focus, or even in photography as well. But you can't just like change settings with your finger, kind of like how you do with your phone. But yeah, I'm excited, dude. I do believe Sony shitted on Canon, honestly.
Yeah, like I said, they did stuff that was more realistic and what the people wanted, instead of going above and beyond and like realizing goals that people didn't even have yet. You know?
Canon literally just wanted to just wow you with fantastic specs. I mean, dude, if only the Canon could actually like hold over 15 minutes without overheating and shutting off, and then you have to wait 20 minutes. You have to wait 20 to 30 minutes for it to cool off to even turn on the camera. Yeah, which is a shame. Like, you wanted to wow people with 8K, which no one asked for. No one wants 8K. If I wanted to shoot 8K, I'm gonna get a Cine camera. Yeah, and it's like, just, I'm not gonna get a freaking DSLR.
And I mean, there was some truth to where I told you like, Sony will release if Canon releases, and like their goal or like their features are like unrealistic or kind of weird. We're like, all right, do it, fuck it, drop
it. Very unrealistic.
So that's why I think Sony dropped it, because they were like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is Canon thinking? Like 8K? Like, fuck it, drop it. We're not gonna do these other revisions. So that's why they dropped it, I think. But
I think it was just beautiful timing. I mean, yeah, maybe it's not coincidence. Maybe they heard some kind of leak like, yo, Canon's about to drop something super crazy and unrealistic. You might want to wait and just
yeah, I think they like, all right, let's keep our Sony users. Let's not let this hype get to them and be like, fuck it, I'm going to Canon. Let's drop it. Just drop it. Right. We're ready.
And one of Sony's like part of the rollout was they literally said like, we do not overheat. Like, you can shoot up to 60 minutes, 4K, 60 frames, or 120, and you'll be fine.
And they changed their S from, what is it?
It went from sensitive to superior.
Oh, sensitive to superior. Because you told me like, and I was like, wait, is that already?
That's what the S means. It used to mean sensitive because the sensor was so sensitive that it could take as much light even in the dark. Yeah. Where the R series is resolution, which is a photography based thing, and then the 7 III is just the hybrid, the perfect hybrid for photography and video.
Yeah, that's why I got the A7 III, because I was like, I don't want telling you the A7R.
You mean
like,
the A7? Oh yeah, the A7 III. Yeah.
The A7R has like 42 megapixels. Don't get me wrong, that's dope.
It's ridiculous. It's overkill though.
It is overkill.
Are you blowing your pictures up like this size?
I'm not doing billboards. I'm not doing that. So like, and then like it only has like 356 focus points, like half of what the fucking A7 III. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
if I were to shoot, let's say a client like, let's say like Travis Scott or Kanye West, like it's a big production. Yeah, I'm gonna go rent out the A7R4 for sure. Yeah. Or like some kind of like crazy camera, like I don't know what the highest Canon camera is when it comes to photography, but yeah, if I were to shoot someone like a real true artist, like of that upper echelon, yeah, I'm gonna go rent out the A7R4. Yeah, I'm not gonna use my A7 III for sure. Not.
I mean, the A7 III is just a good camera. That's why
it's a perfect hybrid. It's perfect for Instagram. Let's be real. Like photographers post their pictures on Instagram. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And yeah, they'll print them out here and there, but for the most part, it's for Instagram. Like that's why the A7S III is like even it's good enough for Instagram because Instagram's gonna compress the crap out of that photo anyway. So what's the whole point of the higher resolution?
Yeah, and then like the A7 III, like I said, the focus points just fucked me up. Like with knowing that it had half the fucking focus points. But let's go back into the A7 III. So like the A7 III,
A7S III,
A7S III, it has you know how like
I know guys like new listeners maybe this is super confusing. Like if you're not Sony guys, but
yeah,
there's 3 different lines. The Sony S series, which is meant for sensitivity, video only.
That's video.
Not only, but its priority is video. Yeah. And then the R series, which is resolution, which is photography priority. And then the regular 7S, the regular 7 III, I'm getting confused right now. And that's like the perfect hybrid of both video and photography.
Yeah. So like, it's like, yeah, you explained it pretty good. There's 3 divisions. If you're into photography and you do a little bit of video and photography, you want to get the A7 III.
Right.
Because it's the like the butter of both worlds.
Yeah, the best of both worlds. Yeah.
The best of both worlds. And then the A7R, like, it has higher resolution, so for photos. And then the S3, which just came out, it's just video. If you're a photographer, you're not gonna get the S3.
You do not want the S3.
Yeah.
Plus, it's ridiculously expensive.
Yeah.
3,500 is that? What
is
that what you said?
$34.99.
Yeah, 3,500 pretty much. That's a reasonable price.
Yeah, it's reasonable. It's
cheaper than the camera. It's not ridiculous. Like I thought for sure when that was gonna come out, like it's gonna be at least 4,500.
Yeah. But the memory card, they did say that if you dual record, you have to have the same memory card. Like
no, that's only on Canon.
Is it?
Yeah, positive.
Bro, I could have sworn I saw a video.
Positive.
Matt Johnson, your boy, said that.
Positive.
He said that you had to have if you have a
CF Express card? You have a certain recording setting which requires only CF Express, then yeah, you have to have the same ones.
Oh.
But if you use there's 3 different kind of recording let's say files, like file formats. If you choose like the regular, like the ones that we're using right now, you can use a CF Express and an SD card.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, okay, so I get what you're saying. So if you're doing like 4K 120, you have to have a UHS.
Yeah,
on both. Okay,
yeah.
Okay. What the fuck?
I don't know. The Canon, you cannot use either or. You have to use both of each, which is dumb in my opinion.
But they are giving discounts. If you go to Matt Johnson, go check out his YouTube. He's really helpful. He did a whole video about.
I thought you hated him.
Nah, he's actually pretty cool.
Oh yeah, right.
He DM'd me, bro.
Shut the.
For real.
You hear the last Potter?
Bro, wait till right now, bro.
He's like, Matt. Wait, what?
I said, wait till right now. You see my DMs, bro. But we'll get into it a little later. So yeah, like the memory cards are expensive. They're doing bundles, so like you can buy 2 of each, and they'll give you like a $20 discount, which is not bad.
Yeah, I looked them up too. They're pretty priced. They're like $300 a pop, depending how many gigs.
And he just came out with a video. What I was just telling you before the Potter, like how to like buy a laptop that's like affordable to handle all this information, crazy information.
Yeah.
With all these proxies.
And we've been saying this for a long time. Like it's not just buying the camera. You need to consider memory, storage, computer.
That's like a whole different that's a whole nother camera,
right?
So like you said, like remember back episodes, it's like. If you can afford something, you can buy it twice.
Yeah.
This is the fucking point. You got to buy the camera. You got to buy another camera and equipment.
Yeah.
Because you got to edit, and it's a beast. You're gonna need a beast. And they were even saying, dude, like the highly spec'd out laptop Mac was barely handling the 4K 120.
Also, I do know like Adobe is not up to date with the codecs for the Sony, so I'm sure there'll be like bugs right now, and eventually Adobe will do a firmware up. I mean, Adobe does a freaking update like every 2 weeks or something like that. So they'll eventually catch up. They'll get used to the S series like codec stuff, and so it'll run a lot more smoother.
Well, you won't need no more proxies or stuff like that.
I mean, hopefully, I've never used proxies because I'm not shooting with red cameras and stuff like that. I'm using 4K. I do shoot 4K, but my computer is a beast. It's like 2 years old. I built it up for the future, which is now, and it still holds really great.
And another big thing about the A7 III. The full HDMI, I'm like pointing at it.
Oh yeah, we have one. No more micro HDMI.
Yeah, it's a full-on HDMI.
Very clutch.
And another thing I like they did is because I'm charging my camera with no fucking charger.
Using a port.
I'm using a port, and when I pop the little thing, it's like there's like a little string, bro. That shit looks like delicate, like you could break off. And now they made them into like the other ones, the A7 III. They made them into like
no more micros
popping up.
Yeah.
So it's like more durable.
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? Like, finally, dude. Like, why couldn't you do this with? If you're spending over $1,000, if you're spending over $2,000 on a camera, like you should have that mentality.
I mean, our cameras are literally 2 years old now.
Yeah,
which is it's kind of crazy to hear because
still a beast.
And it's like currently still like the latest hybrid. But it's 2 years old. I mean, in tech years, 2 years old is like eternity, but it still holds, you know?
Don't make me feel bad about spending a lot of money.
No. You'll be fine for the next 10 years with this camera. Trust me. Trust me.
Like I said, I did my homework and it took me forever. And but I'm happy with that.
So you are going back to in the first half of the podcast, you are keeping your 6000.
Yeah, I'm keeping it as a B camera.
Okay.
Just until.
So when you're shooting photography, are you going to be using both?
Yeah, like
because you're shooting with 2 primes, you don't have a zoom.
Yeah, I'll shoot with both. So like when I have like a portrait session, or like a family portrait.
One variety.
I'll have my technically 24.
You're 16.
A 16 for like family portraits, or like I wanna have a portrait with like the water, or like a.
Because think about it, if you have a portrait like four or 5 people, you can't really squeeze that into 85.
Yeah, no, of course. So like that's why I kept the A6000.
Smart.
And
so you're not selling it?
No, I'm not selling it.
Yeah,
I'm keeping it. And Shelby was like, "You gonna sell that, right?" I'm like, "Nope."
I'm sure she was hot about that.
But fucking selling it to like endorse the wedding and shit.
Plus, like, I mean, that's a sentimental camera. Like,
that's what I started with.
I don't want to sell my 63, but I probably will, because Chris is like, "No, I'm gonna keep it." I'm like, "Fam, are you gonna buy it?" Or that's a great camera, dude. 6300 is like still a great camera. It's like 4 years old, and it still holds.
Yeah, I was going through a phase where I was like, man, should I just go with the crop lens, because I just want to keep my honor. And then the 66, I think it was.
Yeah.
Because it was a pretty good competitor to the A7 III, but I'm like, nah, fuck that.
I'm
gonna go full frame. And then I went with the full frame. But
yeah,
I like it, dude.
I'm glad you finally switched. You pulled the gun for a full frame, man.
I hate saying this because it's such a cliche, but
what?
Or it's like being critical. Like, it makes you more legit. Like a full frame.
Yeah.
If I'm honest, like I wouldn't. I think about it twice if I wanted to hire somebody with a crop lens. Like, what are you shooting with it?
So you thought about it twice when you found out the dude you were prospecting to shoot your wedding video, he was going all handheld. You're like,
yeah.
What?
Yeah, and I was like, fuck, what the fuck? But I mean, it's all like, it's all what you wanted to do in the long term. And I figured, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go with 7.3.
That's dope, man.
So I went with it.
But what about, are you gonna get the S7S3?
Nah, I'm not gonna get that, dude. Fuck, I don't do video.
Yeah.
And if I do video, I worry more about like the color of the video, not the freaking like.
Dude, if I get it, man, it'll be perfect for the wedding.
I know, it's slow motion. What do you do?
120,
125, bro.
Yeah.
But that's gonna do it for the A7 III. I mean,
S3, dude. S3. Come on.
What am I saying? A7 III? Fuck, it's because I keep
thinking about your camera. Yeah.
I'm just looking at like that.
I'm curious to know, guys, if you're a Sony head, or if you're a Canon head as well, because I know a lot of Canon heads that are canceling their R5 or R6 orders to get the A7S III.
Yeah, let us know if you guys canceled your order or don't give a fuck about Sony, or you got a Canon.
Who do you think the S7S III is for?
For like wedding,
not like a startup, right? Like a person that's just starting.
No. You have to, if you're a startup.
I'll get a freaking crop sensor.
Yeah, crop sensor. I wouldn't spend $2,000 on an A7 III. Just like see if you're into it.
Get a $500 camera, 6,000, 6,300 even. I still use a 6,300 all the time.
A7S III would be like for like
professional, like true professional.
Like you've had a A7 III for a while, and you know you need that slow mo, an extra like butter.
I don't need it, but it will be nice to have. Plus, it's 10-bit too. Do you know how much you could grade with 10-bit? Like right now, our cameras do 8-bit.
Yeah. So
10-bit, man, you can literally manipulate colors like if it was like a raw, like a red camera, for example. Like 10-bit is a lot more information, therefore you could like mess with it a lot in post-production when it comes to color grading.
And not only that, dude, 6 times MPBS is bit rate recording. 600, ours do 100. Yeah, like, that's insane, bro. Yeah. And the new low light sensor has like some extra like lights behind the sensor, so it's even crispier. That video I saw, like they were shooting down at like some town at night, and then he busted his ISO to like 50,000. I was like, what the fuck? Like it looked like day, bro.
Yeah.
And I was like, no noise, and I was like, what the fuck? But
yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying, dude. The S line is
the autofocus.
I honestly think it's close to the perfect camera.
Yeah, that's what they're.
I don't need 6K. I don't need 8K. 4K 120 is enough for me.
And the focus, the autofocus is a lot better than
it's eye autofocus.
So, I mean, think about it, guys. What do you guys think?
Yeah, comment down below. What do you guys think about the? Are you still sticking with the Canon R5, R6? If you plan on buying those kind of cameras, or you plan on getting the A7S III? Like, I'm curious to know what you guys think in the comments below.
Yeah, let us know what you guys. We're curious to see if we have more Canon head listeners or more Sony listeners.
What about Nikon or
Nikon,
Fuji?
Nikon, Fuji. You know, Fuji has been popping up, dude.
Fuji's nice. I used my first Fuji ever. I shot like 4K 60 frames.
What the fuck? I didn't know this.
When? I know that on that music video, the first music video that I did.
Damn, Fuji's coming up.
So we had to use a gimbal, so we couldn't use the red because we didn't have the right crane for it. So we had to use the Fuji, which is like, it's super flat. It's like a pancake camera. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's very expensive though. And that was my first time using the Crane 3, which was like super heavy compared to my Ronin SC. But it was cool though, man. Fuji's pretty nice.
Yeah. The only thing I've heard other cameras like being more superior are the Panasonic in body stabilization.
So the Panasonic stabilization, from what I understand, is like using a gimbal without a gimbal.
Yeah, so I'm like, what the fuck, bro?
So everybody raves about it.
But that's the only thing.
I personally have never used it, but when they shoot 4K, it has a crazy crop, which is which is unattractive about it.
Yeah, it's like
compared to Sony, like
1.9.
Sony 4K, true 4K. If you like in the S series, if you do 60 or 120 frames, it's 1.1, which is nothing.
4060 no crop.
4120
amazing. Crop. Yeah. Even 120 is like 1.1, which is nothing.
Which is nothing.
Yeah. But I think that Sony did well, man. It's like realistic goals. What the people wanted
is exactly what the people wanted.
People's champ, bro.
Yeah,
people's champ.
It's low key, dude.
It's like it's realistic. It's there. It's people won't feel as bad as taking as a gamble as the Canon of like wasting money.
Honestly, dude, I kind of feel bad for the Canon line, the R5, R6.
Why?
Because they're not going to sell a lot of those cameras. I can guarantee that.
Yeah, it's
because it just does not hold up. It cannot freaking record for more than, like you said, it's like getting a Ferrari. You can't run it for like more than 3 minutes.
Yep.
Like, what's the point?
Yeah, it's overheating, dude. It's overheating, and then this
and Canon's even said like, yo, we do have overheating problems, and these are the overheating specs, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
And they're insane, dude. You can't record for more than 15-20 minutes, and then once it shuts off, it's off for about 20 to 30 minutes.
And
so imagine if you're on set and your camera shuts off. So now everyone has to wait. The talent has to wait. The whole crew has to wait because your camera's freaking fried.
Yeah.
You better have a B camera.
Dude, like, this A7S III, you can record limitlessly, and you can like record to external like Ninja or like
any like external
at 4K 120 if you wanted to, and it wouldn't overheat.
And if you
they haven't had the numbers specifically for 4K 120, but when they were recording 4K 60, they were recording over an hour, no overheating issues.
Which is, I mean, people have complained about the 7 III overheating. I've never had I heard that. I've never had an overheating issue.
I was going to ask you about that.
Ever.
Some guy was like, yeah.
And I've shot, 4K. I mean, we're shooting podcasts for like 30-minute segments, and it never overheats. Yeah, but even my 6300, and I've shot weddings. I mean, I haven't shot a wedding with my 7 III, but I have shot weddings with my 6300 in the sun. We're in San Diego, so it's like 80 degrees in the summer. I'm freaking sweating balls. The camera is still holding up. No overheating signs, which is a champ.
Yeah.
And I'm like doing the ceremony for like 15-20 minutes.
It's insane, dude. Like, I wonder, they haven't even said if this has a fan, huh?
They don't have a fan, but they have like this kind of like, they call it a cooling system, which I don't know how it works, but it doesn't have a fan though.
Either way, redesign menu.
Dude, shooting with the red for the first time. I was shooting with the red, like first time ever shooting with the red. They have like crazy fans. Like you can have it on for eternity.
Oh, really?
And dude, it is
going back to a $15,000 camera.
Yeah, going back to my weekend, like the dude had like all the, like he gave me all the courage. Like, yo, bro, mess with that. Like I've never touched the red in my life, and I'm like playing with the red now. I feel so confident using the red. Like I have like that red experience in my life now. Like if someone's like, "Yo, can you be a DP? We're gonna shoot with the red." I'm like, "Bro, I got you. I know how to turn it on. I know how to do all these." Dude, the system is completely different compared to our cameras.
Yeah. So how I was gonna ask you this: did they rent that, or did they like did somebody own it?
So my buddy owns the red. For the first shoot, we used his red. The second shoot, he took that red to the shop. It was like a $2,000. Like, I don't know if they were trying to like mess with it. So we had to rent the gear. Oh, speaking of renting, very cheap, dude. We rented a Steadicam. We rented a red. We rented some other precious gear like the Nucleus, which is like the follow focus stuff. $350 for the whole day.
Damn,
very cheap.
But
so you can literally rent a red for less than $300.
Isn't the deposit like crazy though? Like
they have insurance. They're under a production company, so they have insurance. So that's why it was cheaper. Yeah, but if you do not have insurance, yeah, of course it's going to be a little bit more.
Fucking when I was a DJ, I was trying to rent these speakers, and they were like $60 for speaker, but the deposit was like $2,500, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Did you have insurance though?
No. It was just off of Guitar Center. I was going off Guitar Center, and they were like. They had a renting thing, and they were like, "Oh, like these are $60." I'm like, "Oh, perfect. I'll rent 2 of them." It's like, "Okay, 120 plus a $2,500 deposit." I was like, "What the fuck?" It's like, "Yeah, we just want the deposit in case you break the speakers. That's what they're worth."
Yeah,
I'm like,
makes
"What
sense.
the fuck?" I'm like, "Nah, pass. I'm gonna buy a fucking speaker and then return it the next day." That's
right? Yeah, that's what you did.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Nice. No, Jesus, I forgot the freaking name of the website. It's pretty much like let's think of like OfferUp, where you could like rent out gear from random people.
Yeah.
I forget the name of the freaking website because I've looked up.
Is it like that card thing, Toro or whatever?
No, it's called like some. It's not Pure Space because Pure Space is for like renting like locations, like studios and stuff like that. Anyways, ShareGrid. I think it's called ShareGrid. And you could literally rent out, like someone can rent out your A7 III for like, I mean, the A7 III to rent is not expensive. It's like less than $100, depending on how many days they want. So it's kind of like that. Like I go to your house, here's the money, I'll pick it up.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So they do. That's how they got the place, because we went to the dude's home and we dropped off his gear that same night.
What's it called? Skillshare?
No, not Skillshare. I believe it's called ShareGrid, but I could be wrong. I've heard it on YouTube before many times. I just never use it that much. I just wanted to get an estimate of like how much my gears cost, so when I put that into my my packages, you gotta think about that. So,
ShareGrid, if you're listening, bro, we can be a fucking ambassador, bro. Nobody knows about it. I don't even know about
a
this
lot
shit.
of people know about it actually.
I don't know about it. I'm new to this. That's dope though, bro.
Yeah.
So so that's gonna do it for the A7S III. Hell of a camera. Definitely, if you're a videographer, look into it.
Yep.
Do your research. If you're
a photographer, this isn't the camera for you.
No, we're not biased here. So if you're a Canon head, go ahead and do your research and compare the both if you don't believe us.
The proof is out there, though.
Yeah, the proof is out there. The proof is in the pudding, like they say. So next up, ladies and gentlemen, frame of the week.
Yeah, this week's frame of the week is our good friend, Jeremy, Chicago head.
Oh, Jeremy. Damn.
So he has his photo, man. This looks insane.
The city one, the city landscape.
I mean, he's a city guy.
Yeah, that should look dope.
His kind of photos remind me of like what got me into Instagram was like the 13th Witness.
Oh, dude, I forgot about that guy, the masky guy.
I don't know why he doesn't post anymore. Anyways, his latest images, man, insane. Like moody, look at this, very moody.
Damn, that's
like he has like the Chicago loop. And his caption is, "Please stop working on yourself in hopes to be rewarded a relationship."
Bars of the week.
Bars of the week, dude. Jeez. So Jeremy, dude, this is one of our great friends.
You'll see the image right here.
You'll see the image on YouTube for sure. But this is insane. It kind of reminds you like Toronto vibes as well. Like 666, like some kind of Drake cover art. Like,
and for those who don't know what the Chicago loop is, it's basically Chicago downtown.
We both have connections to Chicago, so
we've been there.
Not just that, but like we have like
Chicago loop is like the downtown area, which is dope. That's dope.
Yeah, no, this image is insane. And I think he shoots with a Canon, right?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, so like it just shows guys like, dude, these camera brands, this doesn't mean shit, dude. So just like get whatever camera works for you guys. It doesn't have to be the most expensive camera, as long as you know how to shoot, you know composition, you know how to edit. That's all you need, man.
Yeah, you don't need no fancy equipment. I mean, The only reason I got fancy equipment is because I needed a fucking equipment now.
Yeah.
So I had to level up because it was time for me.
Yeah, if you're shooting for like, let's say just for like Instagram and not, you don't need
go on OfferUp and go look for a used camera.
Yeah, and yeah, definitely don't be shy of getting used gear, man, because camera gear doesn't depreciate.
If you get a used gear, all you got to look for is scratches. That's it.
Yeah.
If it's spotless, then you're good to go.
Yep. Pretty much. Check the sensor. Make sure the sensor is clean.
Yeah. No scratches, and you're good to go.
So that's our frame of the week. Oh man, I totally forgot to plug him.
We just said Jeremy.
Oceanside J. That's for Jeremy. So Oceanside J. You'll see his link will be in the description and in our show notes as well. So congratulations, Jeremy. Thanks for supporting, man. This guy's always fucking supporting us and listening to our stuff. So we appreciate it, my guy.
Next time we're there, my guy, let's pop some bottles because he knows all the fun connections.
Dude, he has all the Chicago connections, man.
He does.
Like, this guy knows how to show you a good time.
But let's go into, now we're done with A7 III intro and all that. Let's go into some motivational stuff, bro.
Oh,
let's end this podcast with the strong.
Take it home.
So lately, guys, it's me and you've been talking, and we've been hearing like
rumbles,
or we've been hearing noise, bro. It's called noise.
Okay.
You know, like we have acquaintances of acquaintances, and people may be listening to our podcast, right? And this podcast isn't let us set the record straight that this is for like upcoming beginner freelancers, creatives, right? So if you're not a beginner or whatever, don't listen to this podcast to criticize us.
Bro, I mean, anyone can listen to us.
I know anybody can listen to us, but I'm saying like, just know that this is for upcoming new entrepreneurs or like, you know, people who want to get their shit started off.
Okay.
Right? Because me and you have experience. You're a little more experienced on the entrepreneur business. I'm sure you have acquaintances who are way more advanced. Mm-hmm. And I'm like in the mid tier. I'm getting there. Everything I say, remember guys, this is a podcast where we share our experiences because we're going through stuff. So we're just a messenger. So
we're pretty much saying what we've gone through.
Yeah. So basically, what are you saying, Pete? Like, what the fuck are you saying? What I'm saying is I had a conversation with my bro, Zach Galifianakis. Fuck, my bad, Zach. Bro, so it's called imposter syndrome. Do you remember that? So I have some DMs. I messaged this motherfucker. Like,
who's this dude? Who are you talking about?
Zach Kravis, bro. So he posted a thing saying about imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, something about imposter syndrome. It's not. And then it's crazy because when I found out about this like critic, I was like in my bed tumbling. I was like, what the fuck, man? Like, what the fuck? Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, as a human being, like criticism hits you home, right? So like, you're like in a drought, like, what the fuck?
We've said it before. You need thick skin on the internet.
Yeah. And then I have thick skin, but it's just like, it's one of those things when it's a specific person, I'm like, like it just hits you.
Sure.
Anyway, so and then like the next day I woke up, I was not having a tough morning, but I was like, man, whatever. I'm just going through my day. And then I see Zach's fucking post about imposter syndrome. So Pete, what is imposter syndrome? So what Zach basically said was like, yo, like it's about the messenger. So what do you mean, Pete? What do you mean the messenger? Let's say you're in karate, right?
Sure.
And you're a white belt. And then you turn into, I don't know what the next belt, yellow.
My brother used to do karate.
Damn, you're pretty quick on that, boy.
I remember that. I remember.
So let's say you're a yellow belt. And then let's say somebody else is starting, right? That person starting isn't going to go to like the black belt and be like, oh, what do I do to get yellow belt? Because he's already way advanced. So he doesn't know what the fuck's going on between these things because he's already forgotten. So he's not going to go to black belt and be like, yo, what do I do? What's the black belt going to be like? Tell him as a messenger. Like, yo, just get your shit, man. Study your shit. Mm-hmm. That's not going to help the white belt. But the yellow belt's going to be like, yo, I can relate to you. I've been there like literally like 2 weeks ago.
True.
Here,
True.
I'll show you this. And that's going to, him as the yellow messenger is going to be way better than the black messenger. So what I'm trying to say, I'm the yellow messenger, right? So I'm like, yo, like, here's this, here's that. Like, yeah, I might criticize myself because okay, so like, hold on, let me back up. So that is what I'm saying, right? The messenger is what counts. So then, like, I saw this thing about imposter syndrome. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to message Zach, man. Like, And then I messaged him, bro, and he fucking replied, bro. And I'm like blah blah blah. Like critics of my podcast been saying like, what the fuck, Peter? You're not a teacher. Like you're criticizing yourself. You're being critical. You're not being useful. And then he was like, are these friends of yours? And then I was like, what the fuck? And it's like, damn, that's what I responded like a day later.
Okay.
And then I was
I'm sure
like,
he has DMs flooded.
Yeah. Then I was like, friends of acquaintances, freelancers who may be hired around. Which is not my niche. My niche is more beginners, creatives finding themselves. And then he responded. He was like, ignore them, dude. Focus on your target audience and stay in your lane. Let's crush. And then I was like, fool, look. I put the little tough emojis, and I was like, bet, homie, dude. That shit set me out, bro. I was like, dude, what the fuck, man? Like, it's crazy because I'm pretty sure Zach has felt that way. Like, you know, like...
yeah, I'm sure there's been
critics.
Like, creator teachers that are like, yo, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. And, like, bro, the only reason I'm bringing this up is because Zach makes over, like, 30 grand, bro.
A month.
Fool, and imagine this, bro. That critic that's criticizing me, I know for a fact he's not making that much money. You're probably living at your mommy and daddy's, fool, and doing all that, fool. But this motherfucker can relate to me, and he's making 30 grand, fool. So that shit hit home, fool. Like, I'm all like, what the fuck, bro? Like, this motherfucker making 30K a month. He has people working for him. Yeah. He's making systems so people can work for him and, like teach themselves, because it's a waste of his time to teach people. And I'm like, dude, like, goddamn, like, I'm so glad I DM'd him, because that put me out of my cloud.
Your funk?
My funk, dude. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because you were out of it for a bit.
Yeah, so
I kept trying to, like, pull you out, like, bro.
And I was like,
chill, man. Like, just, like, relax.
Yeah, it was insane, dude.
Take it. Like, try to figure it out and get better yourself.
But you know me, bro. I'm emotional, so, like,
you are a very emotional person, man.
I'm sure there's stuff to you where, like, it's put you in a funk and, like, you just, like, you can't sleep, and that's what happened to me, dude.
No, I can't relate. Call me fucking Terminator, but that was me probably like 2 years ago. But, like, now, dude, like, if shit, like, someone tries to critique me, like, yeah, I'll take it and I'll, like, sit on it and I'll listen to it and I'll try to, like, be in their shoes and process it, and then 20 minutes later, dude, I'll keep it pushing.
No, that's how I was. I mean, I was
like, I don't let that bother me, man. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm like, it might be a minor thing, dude, if that. And then I listen to, all right, let me listen to what he got to say, or she, whatever. All right, keep it pushing. I know what I'm doing.
No, and to my defense, I was gonna keep pushing, but because he posted that and it was relatable to me, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna say something, because it like, it's one of those things where, like, you get over it. And then you were like, oh shit, something came up. It must be a sign. Like, yo, say something. So then that's why I felt like, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna say something. And then I commented. I forgot what I said on my comments on his post, but he replied. And then I was like, and then he posted another thing. It's like, have you experienced imposter syndrome? Which imposter syndrome, ladies and gentlemen, is...
Explain that, please.
Imposter syndrome is, let's say you're that black belt, and you know, you're in the same dojo, quote unquote, the same gym as a yellow belt, and you see the black belt sees a yellow belt teaching a newcomer, a white belt, like, hey, like, the yellow belt's explained to the white belt, like, hey, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, and then you gotta block like this, and you gotta do this. And then the black belt is just judging. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why is this yellow belt explaining? It's like, nah, fuck that. Like, I'm gonna explain to him. Like, that's imposter syndrome. The black belt feels imposter.
Too cool for school.
Yeah, the black belt is like saying, like, what the fuck? Like, this yellow belt is explaining something I should be teaching. I'm gonna go ahead and explain it because I got more cred, because I'm higher.
Right.
But in reality, what's going on is that yellow belt is a better messenger because he's a better teacher because he just went through it, so he has more detail compared to the black belt who has forgotten what it's like to be a yellow belt.
Yeah.
So that's what imposter syndrome is. And then that's why I felt the need. I was like, dude, like, what the fuck? Like, this is so relatable. And then that's why I DM'd him. And then the motherfucker DM'd me like a day later. And I was like, damn, like,
that's
this
dope,
crazy.
though, man.
Yeah, but, you know, it's crazy how, like, someone like him is making so much money and can still relate to that. That's really humbling.
I'm sure he's been there many times. I'm sure he's heard critiques and rumblings like you have, and on his own niche or whatever. Yeah.
But that's just inspiration, guys.
Do you know who his mentor was?
No, I don't.
you've told me his podcast. He's really popular. I've never listened to his podcast yet.
The six-figure photographer?
No, it's Lewis Howell.
Really? What the fuck?
He shot for Lewis Howell.
Dude, that's crazy, bro. And you still haven't listened to
I still haven't listened to his podcast yet. I heard the podcast is amazing.
Bro, what Lewis Howell taught me, if you guys, ladies and gentlemen, go. He's like a rugby
entrepreneur.
player, entrepreneur.
That's all he is.
Motivational coach. What I basically learned from him and took from him is put yourself out there, because a lot of people are afraid to put themselves out there. And, what the fuck do you have to lose? Like, if you put yourself out there, what I've been preaching the previous episodes, somebody's going to like you, and then a whole lot of people are going to fucking like you versus the people that hate you.
Right.
So once you, like Alberto said, the positivity over the negativity, man.
All day, baby.
And what you can bring to the critics and think about the critics is you're always going to have critics. If you can fucking walk on water, there's going to be those critics that say, but you can't swim on water. Think about it, bro. Bars, bro.
Bars of the week.
Shit, bro. Like, you're always going to have critics, man. Like,
no, dude, regardless of what you do, like, yeah, we've said this many times. Like, I feel like it's probably annoying to listen for you guys listening. Though, but it's the truth, though. Like, no matter what you do, man, there's always gonna be that one fucking hater, regardless. And he's probably sitting in his fucking mom's fucking house, keyboard warrior, and just fucking hating. He's an e-thug.
Yeah, and
electronical thug.
And you got to think about it, guys. The people you surround yourself with are the people who kind of dictate where you go with your goals. Because we all want that friend. If you have a workout goal and they're all like, man, you know what? I don't feel like working out. And then your friend goes like, nah, fuck that shit, man. Let's go eat a pizza and watch a movie. Like, make you feel better. It's like, all right, bet. And nobody wants that friend that says, nah, fuck that fool. Go do that fucking mile. Like, who gives a shit?
You know who's that to me, man? Dennis. Dennis is always fucking pushing me to work out.
That's good.
Like, every
day. The friends you want.
Did you get your miles in today? I'm like, bro, chill. Like, it's gonna happen.
That's good, man.
Like,
that's good.
Like, he's on vacation right now. He fucking texted me this morning. Yo, you get your workout done? I'm like, dude, that's fucking fire.
You got to find more friends like that, because
yes, you need people to push you.
Everybody wants that friend that will like, dude, take a day out, bro. Let's go eat some pizza and watch a movie.
Yeah.
Like, nobody wants that, man. Like, you got to find your fucking, the real homie's going to be like pushing you.
Yeah. I was always going to want to push you to get better and better.
Yeah. So like, whatever, guys, it's just a short insert. And the moral of the story is, don't be afraid to show who you are, because at the end of the day, you're always gonna have critics, and
regardless,
you'd rather die.
It could be family members.
Yeah.
It could be your closest friends.
You'd rather die peacefully, knowing that you put yourself out there, other than keeping yourself as that person who's like constantly like
scared,
posting like motivational stories. Like today I didn't feel like doing this, but I'm just putting this out there because I want you guys to know that I didn't want to do it, but you guys can do it. Like, no, like, be that person that does it and is out there and pushing yourself. And gets critics, because if you get critics, man, you're doing something right.
Fuck yeah.
So
I always said it, man.
That's gonna do it.
If you get no fucking hate, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah. So if you're getting some noise, man, if you're making some noise,
you're doing something right.
You're doing something right
for sure.
That's gonna do it for Potter number X, man. I hope you guys
stop saying X. God damn it.
That's 10, bro.
I know it is.
That's X, bro.
We're doing
X.
We're not doing Roman numerals and crap.
We're gonna get demonetized, like X, boom.
Yeah.
But episode number 10, man.
Where can people find you?
People can find me at petercollinframes.com or petercollinframes at Instagram. Where can they find you?
The people can find me on Instagram at @A_Mendoza_, or if you want that corporate shit, at Alberto Visuals. I'm not used to saying that, dude. At Alberto Visuals on Instagram as well.
Any final things you want to address?
Dude, just if you're a creator, keep at it, man.
Keep at it.
Forget the noise that you hear. Who cares, man? Who cares? They're not paying your bills.
Exactly.
So who fucking cares?
Damn, bars of Alberto.
Until they're paying your bills, and yeah, maybe you could kind of care, but other than that, like, no, just do your thing, man.
Yeah.
Keep at it, guys. You guys can message us at Instagram in the Frame Podcast. If you guys want to like answer any or have any questions, feel free to send us an email if you want at intheframepodcast@gmail.com, or easier, DM us on Instagram at intheframepodcast.
And you can always drop a comment down at the YouTube video. It helps us. Give us a like if you have a second.
Yeah, it doesn't take too much effort.
Our YouTube channel. So, guys, that's going to do it for episode number 10. My name is Peter Collins, your host, joined by your co-host, Alberto Mendoza.
We will see you for sure next week.
Episode 11. Peace.